I'm a freaky, freaky bitch.
Hey, what is up, dudes? My name is Freaky, and today I decided to do a cool little video showing off the differences between Dead Rising 1 and Dead Rising 3. So Dead Rising 1 came out on the original Xbox 360. It came out exactly when it dropped. I think it was at 2006, 2007. Now the Xbox One came out with Dead Rising 3. So I thought it was a cool little video idea, kind of to show off the differences between the next gen, when it was next gen, and now next gen, graphics and animations and textures and everything like that, because I thought this game was a good show off of that. And it's a cool way to look back on the game if you guys have played this game before or have never played it before. Even then, watching this video, it shows how different the games have actually came and how the systems have actually like grown up. So it's crazy. It's crazy because starting off with the Xbox 360, with the Dead Rising 1, you can tell how different the game actually plays. It looks more simpler. The textures on the game are way more simpler. It's just flatter. The animations to shooting is ridiculous. It's literally almost impossible to shoot in Dead Rising 1. If you played it before, it's almost impossible. You have to aim down sights with your right trigger, and your left and right analog sticks is to go up and right and go left to right, and it's almost impossible because you can't move while you're aiming down sights. So you do that up and down because you feel like you should be running forward, but you're not, and it's almost impossible. And you got to shoot with X. So I don't know. It's almost impossible to shoot on this game. If you've ever played it before, it's almost impossible. So on the other game, it's really simple to shoot. I haven't really played a lot of Dead Rising 2 just because I didn't really enjoy the game as much as Dead Rising 1 and now 3. I didn't really play it that much, so I don't know the differences between if Dead Rising 3 is fairly similar to it at all. But compared to Dead Rising 1, the gun animation and being able to shoot people, shoot the zombies is really easy. You can just press X or R, and it would just auto-aim on to people without like aiming down sights, and you can just shoot people just running around, just pulling down the trigger, and you'll be able to shoot zombies just instantly and just blow zombies away. Otherwise, you can aim down sights, and it's super easy. You can walk, aim down sights. It's way easier, way more refreshing. The animation is a lot smoother than the first one. And the first one just seems a little more blocky when you're moving around. Your character can't run in the first one, and in this one you can run, you can sprint, you can jump on objects you wouldn't be able to normally. The car animation on Dead Rising 1 is ridiculous. I didn't even remember that you had to drive with the X button. I guess you had to hold X to accelerate and then press A to reverse and brake. I did not know that. It's like probably the dumbest way. I don't know what they were going through in their head. They're like, yeah, X and A are a really good idea to be able to drive a vehicle in this game. This is going to be the key. Everyone's going to be using this. Not the right and left triggers. That's not going to work well. We're going to go with X and A. But as you guys can see in this game, the Dead Rising 3, it drives really smooth, and I feel like it drives almost like a zombie movie would. If you guys have ever seen zombie movies where like the zombies are hanging on the side and you can like fling them off, and the car slides a lot, like if you're running over blood or zombies or whatever, it kind of does that same kind of animation and stuff like that, and it's awesome. And in the first one, you couldn't really combine any weapons at all. In this one, you can combine a shit ton of weapons on the fly too. In Dead Rising 2, you had to go to crafting tables to be able to do that, so I thought it was pretty cool. I liked their new style behind crafting. It's pretty awesome. Another thing is, like with the car animation, it's a lot different. In this one, you can tell when the car is actually going to explode. On the first one, it kind of just kicked you out of the car. It was just like, okay, done. We're done. Car can't go any farther. It's done. It's over. Okay, it's over. I don't know. The game on the left just seemed a little bit blockier, even though it was, a next-gen game for its time. But it's so crazy how the game has evolved just from seeing it from then, because that was my favorite game when the Xbox 360 dropped. And now playing it on here, that Dead Rising 3 on the Xbox One, it's so crazy. It brings back so many memories, and it's so much smoother on this on the Xbox One. It's crazy just to see how the differences between the two and how they changed. You can push over cars now with your vehicles. There's a lot more space to drive in their vehicles. In the first one, you could literally drive like probably a mile, and that was it. And here you can drive all over the map. You can go in a lot of places. Anywhere you want to go in, you can go in. You can kill zombies in all different ways. There's so many different things you can do. Combine weapons, a whole bunch of different weapon combinations, a whole bunch of different vehicle combinations, and it's crazy just to see all the stuff that they did. And the timer on the original one, the Dead Rising 1, kind of sucked. I felt like I was more pressured into actually beating the campaign behind it, or single player campaign. And on this one, I don't really feel pressured to do it. It feels a little bit longer. The first time I was playing Dead Rising 1, I didn't really like the storyline. I didn't know what to do. On this one, it seems a little bit more fluid. You know what you're supposed to do. You can do it whenever you want. You have pretty much a good amount of time to actually finish it while doing like side missions and stuff like that. But talking about like some of the bosses in the game, in Dead Rising 3, it seems a little bit easier to take out the bosses. It might be just because the mechanics of the game and the guns and everything like that are a lot easier to do. You can like dive out of people's way, you can sprint, you can jump easier. In the first one, you literally couldn't do any of that. I think you could dive, but it wasn't as effective as in this game. You couldn't sprint in the other one. It just felt like an unmade finished game, I guess, if that's what you would say, for the Dead Rising 1. It was a lot harder to do, and it felt like you were more pressured into doing or beating the stuff instead of this one. So I don't know. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. This is from the Freaky Gameplay Commentator. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, even if you've never played any of these games before. Share this video with your friends on Twitter and Facebook. If you are new to this channel, hit that subscribe button. Go check out my other videos in the outro, and I will catch your freaky deaky faces in the next video. Hey, what is up, dudes? My name is Freaky, and today is the day of the week where you guys get to leave me questions in the comment section below, and I answer them in next week's Q&A Fridays. So this Q&A Fridays 28, I believe, and today we're not playing Battlefield 3 or 4. We're actually playing some